This actually may be the most advanced shock to ever come through our shop. It has all the features you could ever want, and here's why none of it really matters. But let's start with some background. So Vorsprung has spent their entire careers improving on suspension platforms existing from other brands, RockShox and Fox primarily. They make pieces like the Seacus, the Smashpot, the Loof Cap. All of these designs that they've done improving on these existing platforms are really impressive. So when it came time to actually make their own shock, they really put their money where their mouth is. So these shocks are designed to be tuned for every single rider. For the bike they ride, for the terrain they're riding, for the type of riding they do, for the level of riding. You actually go through a questionnaire and fill it out when you buy one of these things. So rapid revalving is their technology, it's patented. It is a system that allows us to fully tune this shock without having to crack it open and deal with shim stacks and that kind of stuff. So even if you don't have a vacuum bleeder at home, you can adjust this shock. To achieve this, they created a shock design housing the damping and lockout in the reservoir bridge. I don't usually deviate too much from factory settings, so why would a rider like me want the most tunable shock that we sell? And I'm really confident that anybody who orders one of these things is going to get a shock that's perfectly tuned for their style of riding. So what's really the problem here? And the reality is just that it becomes really damn hard to recommend anything but the Telum. Of course, we're going to have our budget recommendations like the Bomber CR, and there's always something to be said about the classics, the Vivids and the DHX2s and that kind of stuff, but this just takes the cake. I'm also the type of rider that's happy to spend a few more bucks just to get myself to the point where I'm buying something that's Canadian made, paying living Canadian wages to a team out in Kamloops. From the staff that have ridden it at the shop, everybody just has those same adjectives to say. It's so silky smooth, the small bump sensitivity, all that stuff, you know. But it's true, like we just all really, really love it. And for a shock of this price, of course, that's what you should be getting. You're getting a shock that includes a Sprindex, so that you can adjust it. My weight fluctuates throughout the year, usually on my ice cream intake, off season, lots of ice cream, and then I can just adjust it with a Sprindex. And again, that form that you're going to fill out is going to tell you what spring weight you need for your bike. You can check fitment on there too and make sure that this is indeed going to fit your bike. There are a few there that sometimes the clearance isn't enough. So. They also include spherical bearing eyelets, which is something that's pretty neat. There's a lot of shocks that are under a lot of forces and are prone to side loading in certain bikes. So a spherical bearing eyelet really helps to prevent the side loading of the shock. So I guess the conclusion is it's just so perfectly tuned that, well, you got a lot of knobs and dials on here and you can play with them all you want, but you might find yourself not doing that. But if you are the type of rider who wants to tinker with this and channel their inner Jordy Cortez and bracket all day long doing laps, you're gonna love this thing. So set it and forget it, or obsess with it and mess with it, you're gonna love it either way. Just don't blame me when you can't ride anything but the Telum.